Hello, I am Naomi. My channel is Naomi's Ellipses, and welcome back to a new art video. We're coming back from a long collection. But now that the blind box is over, it's time to start a new collection. And what is it going to be? It's going to be all about bubble tea. I love bubble tea, and what is best than to create characters based on what you love. It makes a while that I haven't drawn something fierce, and I really wanted to have that for this collection. So here is what we're going to do. We are going to draw 6 characters based on bubble teas, and because I wanted to draw something fierce, they all are going to be warriors. Please hit pause if you want to have a snippet of what is about to come in the next weeks. But for this week, we're going to draw the main warrior, the milk tea. But before we go, please consider subscribing, and if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. Okay, let's go. So, let me explain you my thought process for this one. First of all, I started with the milk tea because I think it's the most popular and maybe the original one of the bubble teas. So I thought it made sense that she would be the main character. She is the main one because I'm imagining her to be the leader of the group. So out of all the characters I'm going to draw, I wanted her to be the most fierce. Okay, I started this video thinking that everybody know what a bubble tea is. I mean, you've seen the pictures, but just a quick reminder that bubble teas are coming from Taiwan. So this is why I wanted the milk tea to be heavily inspired by Taiwanese fashion. If you look at the top of all my sketches, it is heavily based on the top of the Hakka people. Sorry if I'm pronouncing the name incorrectly. I also was heavily inspired by the Hakka floral designs. From my research, the Hakka floral dresses and fabrics has been in Taiwan for decades now. So I thought it was fitting to be inspired by it. I'm not gonna lie, I had a bit of an issue with the sketch. I think it was mostly due to the fact that I already knew pretty clearly in what kind of position I wanted her to be, and my brain couldn't overlook this. So I quickly jumped into the final character. Oh yeah, and you will see I had a lot of issues with the symmetry in that drawing. I don't know why. But once I was done with the main sketch, it's only then that I took the time to dive into the details. What kind of fringe, belts, jewelry she would have. It is also only then that I experimented with the colors. I knew I wanted red because it is an important color in the Taiwanese culture from what I understand. And obviously beige because it is the color of the milk tea. But once I felt ready with the colors, it was time to start on the outline. Okay, let's quickly talk about the outline. In my previous drawings, the outline was not visible. In this one, it will be visible. I think I'm still looking for my own style, and for this character, I felt like the outline added something. Also, the style of how I painted the character is quite different from what I'm used to. I am not going to say that I'm going to stick to that, but for this time, this is what I got. Oh my god. It is time for the face. I don't think I had that much difficulties with a face before. There were so many repaints. At first, I was really leaning on the outline and wanting to make it look more like an illustration. But then I went a little bit more painterly without the outline. And trust me, this face is scary to see. Also, remember as I said previously, I don't know why the symmetry on this face was awful. I don't know how many repaint I did, and you're not seeing the final product because I don't know how I managed this. The actual end product is not that bad. But yeah, this face is scary. Okay, now it was time to color the outfit. While I do that, let me explain a little bit more about this concept. I wanted to draw warriors and bubble tea and I just smashed them together. However, I don't view them as like dangerous warriors. I think they're more warriors that fight your envy of bubble tea. What I mean by that is, imagine that every time you want to have a bubble tea, your bubble tea warriors will just come and serve you bubble tea. They will fight their way to you to offer you the best bubble teas. You will see later on for this milk tea warrior, her weapon is a giant yellow straw filled with boba pearls. So yeah, fierce but very nice. Okay, we are almost done. But before we go, as I said previously, way more characters are to come, so please consider subscribing. And if you enjoyed this video, I highly recommend you watching the playlist on my blind box. Oh yeah, and if you have any ideas of a name for this character, please leave it in the comments. Okay, let's go.